Welcome, peeps. This time around, we are going to unbox and set up a DS218 Plus from Synology. And the specific reason I have this instead of the DS220, which I also have, is because this little guy will actually create its own domain. So for $300, you get not only the 2 discs, RAID 1, whatever else you want, but it's expandable. You can actually take it apart and have fun with it. And the there's jacks on the back for more goodies. And if I can get the angle right, and we will be able to modify this domain with the RSAT tools, which work on everything from Windows 7 on. So while I can do a bunch of things with pfSense, it has to have an actual domain to bind to. So this exercise is going to be unboxing and figuring out how difficult it's going to be to set up this domain and have it work with pfSense. So here's our Synology. Oh, okay. This one's opening up like this. Whoa! Can't do with the caffeine getting spilled. Oh, must have a constant supply. I gotta clean this up in case I gotta return it. Yes, of course I didn't spill anything. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe right there. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little. Okay, making it worse. Okay. So, that'll dry, hopefully. What do we have? Look at this. An absolutely fantastic piece of foam. Great for LED projects if you're doing little Arduino projects and little Internet of Things. Where should we go? I'm going to go to the accessories first. All right. A book. The Quick Installation Guide. I'm going to guess it's going to say plug it in. Ah, this is different than the 220. The 220, you had to kind of balance the drives in. This guy looks like it might even have the adapters that they alluded to on the 220. And of course, Logitech is just a wonderfully crappy camera for focusing. Yay, look at that. So, it says to pop the drive cover off, take these guys out, put drives in with screwdriver, and then 03 is to put it back, put the cover back on, and connect to a network. Here's Logitech. That is a really horrible picture. Why can't you focus? What's the matter, Logitech? Hello? Really sad. So I keep these in good condition because I end up returning these things if they don't work properly. Ah, look at that. We got a standard house power plug. And by house power plug, I mean that it looks like a little house. So I don't have to take this out of here, even though it's zip-locked instead of heat-sealed. I got thousands of those. Ethernet cable came sort of wrapped in this. Sort of. Power supply halfway out of the plastic. But that's okay. So I can just plug in my usual right into here and have no trouble. Alright, everybody else, you're going to go back in here because I don't want any trouble with returns. For all I know, the unit doesn't even work, right? So At this point, it is suspect. Now let's look at the goodies. Oh, there's another goodie off to the side. Oh, that's part of the handle. Okay, now that we know what's in the box, don't forget this very functional, multifaceted, universal piece of foam. Okay. What we got here is just like on the 220, there's a little sticker here, says Synology. The one I had on the 220 just fell right off. And the 220 was only 150 bucks, and I thought, well, if the 18 can do a domain standalone, the 20 might be better. Well, it wasn't. It was half the price and not twice as nice. Okay, so take the dust off. I just want to see how badly it was used before they shipped it off to me. Okay. Not that I mind. I mean, if it's a return or whatever, as long as it isn't completely demolished. All right, so there's a plastic cover here that they were talking about. This one has a static clung cover over top of it. And the DS218, yeah, there's no chance Logitech's going to focus on that, right? Oh, it tried. Look at that. So this little guy... Oh, comes right off. Oh, and that's why. The rubber feet just fit in the corners. Okay. It's dark underneath here. It's opaque plastic. So, I mean, there's no harm in taking this off. And it's all tucked underneath, glued. So this part... that was glued, but only on the inside. It didn't even leave any residue. I don't know why they bothered. Okay. Per the manual, pretty slick. There's 2 drive bays here, and this is face up, right? So we'd see the model number down here. Along the side, we see the indicators. Yeah, thanks Logitech. And so it appears that there's a 1 dot and 2 dots. Can you see those little dots right there? So, 1 dot and 2 dot. Got to get my left and right hands figured out. These are little tabbies that are holding these in. That's my assumption. Push down or push up. So the tab stays in place. This comes up. These guys come out. They do have, I just noticed, a little rubber shock mounts, the 4 of them, for the drive. And because this is just plastic, it can bend out a little, like you see me doing. But if you had to, it appears that right here, you know, on the side where each of the screws are, it says pull, but I can't tell if it means pull out or pull up. Oh, out. Okay. So I just took one, snapped it, up it comes, and there's the nubbies. So the nubbies don't show up through here, but they show up like this one has them when that piece gets pushed through. So this is real simple. You just lay the drive in, snap these guys on, and your drive's held in place. That's pretty slick. Are they interchangeable? The best designs would have them such, and they are. See? Nothing offset one way or the other. Pretty cool. This, I assume, is for memory expansion. And I can't remember how much it has. But you can see there's a beautiful fan right in the back there. That's just really great. If you're going to put 3.5s in here and they're mechanical, that's going to make all the difference. We are not going to tear this thing apart, but I love the idea of putting memory expansion in here without having to take the whole thing apart, which is nice. There may or may not be a warranty void. No, it doesn't look like it. No, it looks like you can just do whatever you like. Oh, that's nice. So, when I come back, I've got two 120 gig SSDs that I just have, and I'm going to put these two guys in our NAS just to give it something. And they're slightly different sizes. One's a 120 and one's a 128. Why? Because it's a cheapy Taurus, so naturally it has to be 128. Whereas Kingston, you know, they're legit 120. Go figure. I want to see if it can do RAID 1 with different size drives and give us a hard time about it. So as soon as I come back, I will have the 3.5 to 2.5 brackets in here, and I'll be putting in the last of the two drives because that's really boring to watch. Okay, we're back. And here I have my guys. First one, gonna go in to our Synology power supply. And before I power it up, these are the two drives that I set up. They actually went in without any kind of problem. I think it's not able to go over far enough, this bracket. I think that's the problem. It's like it's too centered in here, too centered inside the bracket itself. So we just pop it out of there real quick. Well, you need them as soon as you throw them away or lose them. And we power it up. Okay, now she's powering up. Beep, 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 beep. I have to see about getting some brackets that can hold them off at an angle like that. They're way off to the side, and that's not adjustable. I wonder what kind of adapter I'm going to have. Look at that. Look how far toward the bottom they are versus toward the top. Isn't that amazing? Okay. Got a lot of bracket parts here. Okay. Move all that out of the way somewhat. All right, now let's take a look. If you can find the mouse. Let's take a peek. Here. Oh, look at this. We've detected that you had moved the hard drives from the 220 to the 218. Remember I said I had a 220? I can migrate my data in settings. No, I'm at 132. Migratable. I don't know. I guess I'll hit migrate. Reinstall and keep my data. Perform a reinstall of disk station. All system configs will be stored to default, but your data... I don't even care about the data. Migration. Keep my data in most of my settings. I guess I don't get the bypass. I have to migrate. Well, that's just wonderful. Well, I'm going to try and reinstall or reset as much as possible here. Install the latest. Install now. It'll go find it. Memory. So it's not too awful. But is it really going to let us... If we're going to have to wait this long, because that's all that's doing is just moving, I'm pausing this. Okay, we are back, and well, this one isn't much needed except to cover up what's behind here. Let's see, our server name, let's call it creatively Synology. We'll make a user called Synology and take a guess what the password is. Okay. Is not happy. Exclude name and description from user. That's all it was. Oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, I don't really want to do that. There. So it obviously found the hard drives. Yeah, I guess. Doesn't matter. Create quick connect ID? Huh? Yeah. They always hide the skip this step. You'll need, if you skip this step, you'll need to set up port forwarding to remotely access my disk station. Yeah, I'm fine with that. These packages help you get started with DSM. Hyper Backup Video Media Server. These are packages I recognize from Synology. I don't know about Hyper Backup is needed, but I'm going to skip this for now. Share my device location. Oh, good Lord, no. All right. My God, device analytics. No. Oh my God, I gotta click everything. Click, click, click. Okay. Hey. In the package center, there is a package in here for directory server. And I think they call it that. Directory? Synology directory server. You can't install this on the 220. It won't let you. I don't need to have a standalone LDAP, but I do need to have the ability to create a domain. So automatically perform. Yeah, okay, that's fine. It needs a DNS server. It's a domain server, so that totally makes sense. It's got to be able to forward requests upstream because you have to point your clients toward this machine in order for them to join the domain. So your DNS path has to have this box in its DNS path. But if this one can't forward any of the requests because it's not going to know where anything is except itself, then it's kind of useless. So that's why DNS is going in. It's my guess. That's why I would do it. Hope everyone's self-isolating themselves in this weirdness time of our government's wonderful job of treating the coronavirus outbreak. And yeah. All right. I don't need any of their quick connect stuff. And so far everything's been relatively intuitive. Hasn't been too bad. And I don't know. Okay. So on control panel, if I remember right, I should see... What in the world? Well, for one thing, I should be able to see everything. There we go. So I should have indexing, shared folder, file, user, network. So what I'll do here, since I have specific names for these systems on the lab, I'm going to give this little guy, I want its interface to be a specific address, and it's not going to be 132. It's going to be 22. And that's it. Leave everything else pretty much the way it is. No V6. Bad V6. Domain LDAP. That's the main reason we're here, is to set this little guy up as a domain server. Okay, network interface, static routes. Nope, don't need none of that. Hit apply. No settings were changed. Okay, I guess it already did. Join a domain. Now, I know for a fact that there is a how-to, whatever here. Create domain. To set up a cell phone domain. Here we go. Take my butt and, I don't know, put myself way down here where it doesn't matter. And up here, to set up a self-domain, enter a domain name pointing to your Synology router. For example, VPN, huh? No, not VPN Plus. No, no, no. What am I looking at here? SRM? No, 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 no. You gotta do better than that. What's it called? Directory server, right? Wasn't that it? Directory server. Okay. So I don't know. Install. There's a special page I saw just for this. You can use RSAT. We talked about that. Oy, really? Will this be right? It doesn't look like it. Do directory server, not LDAP. We got it. Oh, okay. Before you start, you can configure settings to configure other types of policies. Okay, so it lets you do something called domain security. God only knows what that's supposed to mean. RSAT is really great. It is effectively Active Directory, like the little yellow icon on server, but for this guy. And let's see. Oh, it already moved me over to 22. Did you see that? That was actually pretty interesting. I didn't expect that. So let's see what VMs I have laying around. Any sacrificial domains that we can put to the task. There we go. I got a Windows 10. I could just fire up the 2019 server and point it to there, but we're really trying to do this as a non, like a non standalone. Like you don't have a ready database. You can call it database, but we don't have a ready server. So for my kinds of customers, they're going to want to have stuff that's easy to do, easy to get. So, Yeah, it's either 3 letters or 50 letters. Okay, VM. Come on, resize. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, wonderful. There you go. All right, good. Okay, so let's go here. We're going to copy the link. I guarantee this doesn't have RSAT in it. Windows 10, RSAT. And we are, forget what we are. 1903. Oh, okay. I guess we'll be 1803 and be happy with it. No edge. Edge sucky. All right. I think I did this before on a 2019 release of 10. I thought I did this before using the 18. This is probably just out of date. There's probably an RSAT for it. When Windows RSAT has been downloaded, execute the installation file and follow the directions. Control panel programs, turn Windows features on and off, and check RSAT. Sure. Read the license. All I know is everything gets sent to the NSA anyway. Why do I care? Alright, so this guy will be some random IP address. I think she's bridged. And if I was to put the new guest editions in, I think it should be fine. 614? I thought it was 14. Can't remember. Maybe it's 614 R1. Yeah. Means we'll do something while we're waiting for Microsoft, right? Good Lord. Hello? Hello? What are you doing? Use the old keyboard trick. What? Don't do that. Silly. Oh, well, alright. That was pretty dumb. So trying to move that window threw it into a shutdown. That's pretty bad. So install, do the tools. After you join the domain, log in as a domain admin. You can find related tools. Yeah. Now we have to go into... I'm telling you, man, I'm not going to like it when they take control panel away. That's not a good thing. Alright, where's our Windows stuff? RSAT. Where's RSAT? installed it, right? Or did I mess with it? Oh, jeez. Tell you what we'll do here. We'll do a quick reboot. And we'll make sure. After you log into a domain, blah, blah, blah. Control panel, RSAT. But of course, this doesn't help us. It doesn't help us set up the domain. So, domain. Oh, this looks more like it. Station manager, domain. To join a domain. Oh. That's what you had to do with the old one. We want an actual domain. Right? Yeah, I don't care about that. DDNS isn't right. Oh, that's OpenVPN. Migrating? Yay, control panel. Boy, they're going to make this go away. It's going to suck because it's the only decent way to get to anything. Domain services? Administrative, isn't it under here? Oh yeah, Active Directory, all this stuff you don't get. Users, all right, so we pin this to the taskbar. They're already enabled. Maybe it's under Active Directory? I thought we looked. Active Directory, lightweight directory services? No, I don't want the services. This is really weird. I remember putting this in on other systems and seeing it say. Okay, so that's lame. Windows 2000. Wow. All right. Change domain controller. Well, I don't really have a new one set up yet, but let's try this. Static IP, we did. I mean, let's just take a peek. Maybe it's this simple. Control panel, network interfaces, right? We did all that. Set up your Synology to read time. Oh, I didn't do this. Control panel, regional options. And we use 12 hour because we're so nice. Our time zone is Eastern time. Time setting, time.google.com's fine, right? Synchronize with NTP server, of course. Update now. Control panel, regional options, NTP service. Regional option, NTP service. And NTP service. And I think for a domain controller, I have to have this on. Yep, set it as a server. Hit apply. And then, let's see if I can just get this out of the way a second here, because it might be annoying. Okay, where are we at? Step 4, install Active Directory server and DNS server. I'm pretty sure we're there. Installed 2. Well, I'll update them, but neither one of these are what we're talking about. So we have DNS server, Synology directory server, Active Directory server, and DNS server. Oh, but, okay. So it's saying Active Directory? I didn't think we needed to have that. That'd be an LDAP server. This must have been back when it wasn't renamed this. Active Directory server. No, it's not LDAP. Open the AD server package and set up your domain. Okay. Directory server setup. Okay, so we were... Where was I that it was halfway through doing that? Huh. Somewhere over here. Okay. Fully qualified domain name and domain admin passwords. Domain name. Let's call it itg.test. Workgroup itg. Administrator password. And ITG test, apply. Open the AD server package, set up your domain, add your users and groups in the AD server package as you see fit. Yeah, but can I get to there from... I thought I'd be able to get to there from the VM. Oh, VM, where are you? This one? Yeah. I should be able to go... Oh. Yep. Online. All right. Could not be contacted. The username is incorrect. Well, I didn't give it any username, so that makes sense. Change domain. itg.test. 1TG? I'm not pointing to .22 either. So what I need to do is to go into here and, oh my God, I hate doing this. I hate this Metro look. I just can't do anything. Can I edit the DNS servers from here? All right, so it's 22 and the gateway. Also, the gateway is the gateway. Our IP address? Okay. No wonder it couldn't connect to anything. How about way out at the end of the DHCP pool? Prefix length, 24. .198, 24. All right, so right now it's actually a member of itg.local, and because of how retarded this is, I can't join it to another domain. But let's just take a look. Users and computers. Okay. User guest KRBT. Okay, this is great, right? No domain server, no nothing needed. ITG backslash, let's make it, I wonder if the password restrictions are here. ITG, and I don't think it's doing mail, so I'll just have it do mine, but I didn't configure any mail server on it. And let's see if a 3, oh, it won't let me do 3, 7 it needs. Okay. Force them to change, no, password never expires. And, oh, good Lord. Okay. Hate using the big long one when I don't need to. But it's easiest for me to remember, even though it's really long. Save. Okay, so now I have one user, and I'm sure that's fine. Okay, force this account. Yep. Apply. Now my user should show up here. All right, domain LDAP, AD server package, domain policy. Make sure your Synology is connected to the domain. Control panel domain. Oh boy. Minimum password length, none. Oy. No history. This is a test machine. Maximum password age, nothing. No minimum, and no strength. What a great domain. Okay, user, ITG. Now, it's saying go all the way to control panel domain. Okay, advanced mode maybe? Domain, here we go. No, it's file sharing. Applications. Sure, Synology is connected to the domain. Should happen automatically. See control panel domain. See, I'm not connected to the domain. That's what this is missing. I'm not joining a domain. Right, I am the domain. Domain users. Okay, got rid of all the system group stuff. Normal user. Oh, that's another thing. I never bothered to see if they were admin or not. Got it. Domain groups. Single sign-on. All right. So, if we're right, I can go into, is it this one? Right. Into here, I can go to system. I'm already on itg.lan. That was just another test one. So, part of a business network. My computer uses a network within a domain. Username. Wait, hang on a second. itg.lan. Domain, itg.test. Now we should be asked for you're there. Okay. I should also be able to now ping itg.test. Okay, so that's your domain check. So, and then it asks me, and then it has this. What did I do? Did I have administrator? Oh, God, now I can't even remember. Administrator, okay. Domain, was it? I don't think that was right. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, see, it gives me this problem. Then it says it found it. It's pretty weird. How do you like that? All right, so what we've done is we've created a domain from scratch over here called itg.test. And DHCP server. I don't have that on, do I? Okay. Let's see. My other one was ITG, so it's going to still show just the workgroup name, the part to the left of the dot. And I still have to use the big long password because I haven't gone in after I undid the complexity. What did I do? Type it wrong? ITG, all right, itg.test. There. I'll just sign on as administrator. And this should be the domain admin. All right. And that's it for the video. So I'll have to cut this down a little bit, but there you go. We created a new domain from scratch. And we connected a Windows 10 box to it. Now, I haven't gone in with RSAT yet, which I should. So, Active Directory users and computers. ITG.test. Users. Where's our guy? ITG right there. That's pretty cool, huh? So we're actually connected over to this guy, this Synology. And I'm going to reset his password to be a nice short one. Oh, sorry. Make his password his name, ITG. Here we go. That's pretty darn good. If I go here to Control Panel and get rid of this idiotic category view, itg.test. So there you go. We did not need Windows Server to do this. Absolutely fantastic. And that is how it's done. Thanks for listening.